So with the prospect of a new Bond movie coming out, there is some controversy surrounding who should play James Bond, in particular around the actor Idris Elba. Now, Idris Elba is a very talented actor, very good looking. He would undoubtedly be a good fit for the role, but there's been some backlash regarding him playing James Bond because of his skin colour. Now, Idris Elba has said that it has been considered a huge compliment to be considered for the role, but that those who weren't happy about it made the whole thing disgusting and off-putting because it became all about race. It became all about nonsense, and he got the brunt of it. Now, the media are making this all about racism, but I really wonder, is it truly about racism? Because if you look at since when the woke movement kicked off in 2020, everything has become about race because they have perpetrated it. They have made everything about race. So an actor or an actress who is not originally intended for a specific role, such as James Bond. I mean, if you look at the way Ian Fleming described James Bond, he was clearly described as a Caucasian man. Now, we've reached the stage where, whether fictional or non-fictional, like Cleopatra, and look at the backlash that received, any actor or actress who is not the correct colour is going to meet backlash. Now, is this because there's so many awful racists out there? I'm not so sure. I think it's because people are sick to death of woke thrusting race in people's faces. You specifically see it with Netflix, for example. People are sick of it. So now any sign of an actor or an actress who's put in a role where the character is not the same colour that was originally intended is going to provoke some fury. But you can understand that because this is what woke have done. They have made it all about race. Now, if you look about, say, 10, 15 years ago, I don't think that this would have provoked backlash. I think you might have had some people who were annoyed about it, but I don't think we would have seen this particular backlash because there was no woke. There was no race being thrust in your face every single day. I mean, if you look about 10, 15 years ago, and we had the BBC production show Merlin, which is one of my favourite shows and it's fantastic, Guinevere was played by a black woman. Now, nobody really cared about that. We didn't care about that. It was a good fit for the show and we enjoyed the show. We didn't care who played what. But we have reached the stage where race is all that everything is about. So it is not a surprise that this has happened. However, I don't believe that the way that the media are projecting it is really what is going on. I think that woke has provoked this type of fury in people. Obviously, this is not the actor's fault, it's not the actress's fault, and it's not fair on them because now, even though they may have the talent, everything is about race. And as in the case of Idris Elba, being considered for the role and then having that backlash, it's not fair on the actors and actresses. So essentially, I believe that this is about what woke have done and how they have provoked this fury in people. And I don't like, obviously, the way that it's being portrayed because I don't think this is really about just lots and lots of nasty racist people. Maybe there are a few, but I don't think that's what it's about. I think this has been orchestrated by woke the way it has, and this is the stage we're at now. So, on a final note, who should play James Bond? Personal opinion is Henry Cavill. I just think he'd be brilliant at the role. And yeah, bring on James Bond.
Have you got what it takes to be a reasoned presenter? Well, send us a short clip of yourself to join@reasoned.uk and we might be seeing you on this very channel very soon indeed.